Hey guys, I'm Jacqueline.
And I'm Marcella.
And we just finished watching season 6, episode 11 of The 100.
A.K.A.
Bob's episode.
We are so proud of him. He did a wonderful job.
Even like certain shots were done like differently, like in Bob's style, and it was so good. And I love the way that he framed everything. And yeah, the cinematography, the lighting, everything like filming wise was fantastic. The actual episode, I thought it was good. It was just an okay episode for me. I feel like this season has been on such a high that like this one was just kind of more of like a lower one for me, because it had good moments though. Yeah. It did have its strong moments in it, but I think like as a whole, I really like.
Well, yeah, I don't think as a whole it was as strong as the rest of the season. Yeah. Like the episodes, but I still think it was pretty good.
It was still really good. I mean, this whole season.
I still think it was a really great episode. It was just, like I feel like the episodes have been really great. So like this one was like definitely the lower one for me. Yeah. But I think it was still, it was still enjoyable, and
even like the low is still really good.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just compared to the other
stuff. My favorite in this episode was like Bellamy, Clark, and Octavia. Like those scenes, even though like there wasn't like much of that.
Yeah.
I loved that.
I loved that, and then I loved the Blake scene a lot. Yes. I really liked that scene. I think that was really needed, and honestly, Bellamy and Octavia have not been on good terms for like 3 seasons. So I feel like we need to get them on decent terms, at least civil. Like, let's be civil at least.
Well, that's where we're gonna start.
I think that's a good starting point. Like, that's a good foundation. Like, I'm tired of like the Blake sibling angst, and I just feel like they've been through so much, and they've both come out of a lot of really bad situations. And Octavia really fucked up many times with her brother. Like, she's been terrible. So it's like you can't blame Bellamy for being so hard on her and not forgiving her right away. Like, I think you can't, like, from what she did to him so many times. Like, it's just, I was kind of happy that he didn't, honestly, because I feel like it's too soon. It's not.
It would have been unrealistic if Bellamy was just like, if Bellamy, because you could see that like Bellamy in that moment, he was getting emotional because Bellamy wants his sister back, and Octavia seems changed. You know, she went into the anomaly, and now feels like she's, you know, she wants to have this redemption, and she is different. Like, she's a lot different than how she was like the last scene that we had with the Blakes. Yeah. But like, you could see like the emotion on Bellamy's face, like he wants that. And if Bellamy didn't care about Octavia, if he like really thought like, my sister's dead, like that's it, I have no relationship with her at all anymore, he wouldn't have gotten that emotional. He would have been like more devoid of emotion, and I felt like he was more like, he's gonna get there. He's gonna get there. I think that part of him was he had that hope, and I feel like Bellamy has, you know, he didn't want to give up on Octavia, but then after like realizing what she's done and all of that, you know, she was in a really bad place. She had horrible things, but I do think that we're gonna get there. It's gonna take time, but I love how Clark was like kind of like go talk to her,
and he did listen. But no, I always love that Clark has been kind of like the mediator between like the two of them, and there's always like, I always enjoy like the dynamic.
We even got Clark and Octavia like agreeing, which is really nice, because I would love to see those two have more scenes and like have somewhat of a friendship.
I really like where Octavia's going, and we have to remember, like, we've seen a lot of Octavia building herself back up, like, but Bellamy hasn't. You know what I mean? Like,
none of the other characters have.
She has to prove herself still. Like, I think she's at that middle ground where she knows what she wants to do, and she feels different after everything that she's gone through, like, mentally. Like, I feel like she's at that point, but now she needs to prove it and prove that she's changed. And so I really like that she said to Bellamy, though, she's like, I don't need your forgiveness. Like, I know I have to earn that. I know I have to get your trust back. Like, she knows it. Like, she's not expecting forgiveness. She just wants to be on civil terms with Bellamy, where you got to start somewhere, where like anything like that he's willing to give her, she'll take.
Exactly. I think that at that point, like, Bellamy saying like that Octavia is his sister, that's really what she wanted, and him saying that hurt when he said that.
It was just a lot of emotions.
Because we're so used to Bellamy being like, my sister, my responsibility, and having that weight on him. But I feel like for Bellamy, it's better not to, and not have to.
Well, I feel like
he's responsible for Octavia.
I feel like Octavia's actions, like, that's not Bellamy's fault, you know? Like, Octavia
she makes her own choices.
Person.
She's her own person, yeah.
So I really like that line, but that line just kills me because
oh
it's
my
back
God.
from, like, season 1. I love that they brought that line in, but it was such a difference. Like, after everything, Bellamy just looks at her and he's like, you're not my responsibility. Like, you are your own person now. You're an adult. Like, you're not a child. You're not that kid under the stairs anymore. Like, you're, like, under the floor. Like, you're different. You've grown since then, and now what you do is your own choice. And so I really like that, but he did still say, like, you're my sister. So
that right there, like, I have hope that those two are gonna. Yeah, I don't know about. I mean, we don't have many episodes left this season.
No, I think it'll be next.
But next season, I really think that they're gonna be strong.
I hope so, yeah.
Eventually. I think
it's
gonna be good for the Blake.
I think this season for Octavia, it was more so the storyline of finding the redemption within herself. And then I think next season is gonna be more so like
earning it
from everyone else. Which is gonna be really
rebuilding
cool to
relationships,
see. And I think that it'll be really great to watch, and I'm excited for what the Blake siblings are gonna have in the future. They're still together, so maybe we'll get another couple scenes, but I'm pretty sure that this episode was supposed to be kind of like that middle ground, like where we're kind of like, we're setting up more for like the finale. We got 2 episodes left of the season, so I don't know how much time we're actually gonna have to like sit and talk about things, because it's gonna be, I feel like now it's just gonna go like one thing after the other. Like now we have a plan, and Clark is in there, and Clark's pretending to be Josephine. And first of all, Eliza Taylor, we've like she is such an incredible
I feel like
actress.
We can't praise her enough this season. It's just amazing, and like having Eliza pretending to be Clark, pretending to be Josephine,
that's just like, so good.
Like that's amazing.
That's a different, like, I feel like having her be Josephine was one thing, but now she's Clark, who she's played for 6 seasons as somebody else, like having to pretend.
Yeah, especially the scene with Maddie, we really got to see that was incredible, the acting in that scene, because it was like, it was Josephine and Clark, because it was like she had to really like stay in character as Josephine, but you know, there was moments where Clark comes out because she's seen her child being like her, and she had to keep, like, she couldn't break out of that character as Josephine though, because like everybody like was depending on her, like they're all gonna die if she doesn't like go through with that.
And she told Bellamy, first of all, okay, the Blark scenes, I really loved the first Blark scene. I thought that was really sweet. And first of all,
the way they look at each other, guys.
Oh my God, the way they look at each other. I thought she was gonna kiss him when she left, and she was like, like that
they were like holding hands at one point.
They were
so close. They talked so like touchy. This. Like
they were so touchy this episode. Like like even like when
Clark had like her like when like she took the thing out of his mouth, she had her arm like on his shoulder.
And before he went to go to talk to Octavia with Gabriel, before he like talked to Gabriel, she had like her hand on him and was like, you should go. Like I feel like they're just so touchy now. Like they're so comfortable with each other, and I think it's such a natural instinct, and I love that. And
it's almost like they're boyfriend and girlfriend.
You know what's funny is I think I'm just gonna pretend that they are. They're just not into PDA at this point. I think I'm just gonna pretend that they're together.
Honestly, like honestly, it looks more like Blark is canon than Becca. So
oh my God, no, my favorite was Bellamy's like non-reaction to Echo's in trouble.
Like the reactions to Bellamy's reaction when Clark is in trouble is like panic and like
the whole
and like devastation, and then there's like literally he was just like he looks sad. But he looks sad in more of the way like to me
he
that
can't do anything. That's like,
like he felt kind of hopeless maybe, and more so like, oh shit, like our people are like in trouble and like Echo's in trouble. It didn't look like he was like devastated.
Makes sense, because it's not just Echo, like everybody. And Bellamy's also worried about Clark too, going in there as Josephine. Like there's a lot riding right now, and I love the scene when Clark basically thanked him for saving her. I really loved that. I loved all like the parallels of that from like the earlier seasons. Like I loved even like last season when Bellamy tells her like, Clark, you saved us all, and then for her to say you saved me. And
no, I just thought of like, for some reason when she goes, you saved my, she was like, hey, you saved my life. That literally reminded me of when they're sitting by the tree, and she was like, you saved my life today. You saved my life today. You made me a total asshat the time.
It's just so good. And just so many times they've said that to each other, and I loved how he like helped her like sit up on the bed, and he's like, you're all right.
Dude,
it's just like,
and Bellamy was so soft when like she like initially got up. He was like right there.
I know.
Like,
He's like, it's
let me
okay,
wait on
it's
you.
okay.
Let me help you up. Do you want me to carry you, Clark? You good?
like seriously, like he's so fixated on her, and I love it so much. So I'm just gonna put her together in my mind. I'm blocking out everything else. I also love this scene. I like the parallel when she takes off the gag, and it's like from season 3, episode 2, and he takes off the gag on her. Like,
I can't wait for the fan video.
And I loved when I loved the line when they were like for Monty, and how they brought up Monty, and how Monty was like be the good guys, and they're really trying. And I loved it was like for Monty. It looked like she was gonna kiss him there.
It did.
Let me tell you, their heads were so close together in that scene. It looked like she was gonna. I thought she was at least gonna kiss him on the cheek, like goodbye, like I'm leaving to go to war, like
oh damn,
I'll see you later. That. Like imagine, like I don't know. And then you got Octavia there, sitting there in the middle, listening to Bellamy and Clark say it.
Yeah.
And
I thought that shot was very like I loved that when it was like Octavia in the middle and it was like the Clark and Bellamy on the end because yeah, literally the 3 of them, and I feel like Octavia in the middle is like. It's fitting because she knows how much those two care about each other, and I felt like that was a great shot, Bob. I love that.
I really appreciate that. We did feel like in this episode, I felt like the Echo story wasn't necessary. Honestly,
yeah,
like,
I mean,
felt
listen, I will say that it was interesting. Like, yeah, I do think that it was cool how like. She ended up where like it was pretty short.
But I just feel like that backstory was kind of
I actually did think it was going to be longer, so I was glad that it wasn't like it didn't like it wasn't too long where it was like boring and like it took up more time of like the episode and the storyline. I just felt like it was kind of like thrown in there just to be thrown in there. Like it didn't really it wasn't like it didn't move the plot along.
That's what I
feel like it's something that just was like it was just scenes, like it was just there, just extra, like it didn't really do anything.
Although it did make Echo into a Nightblood, and now we know that her name was actually
that's true.
Her name was actually Ash, and then the girl that she killed was Echo. Which I mean, I thought it's really interesting. I just feel like I wish that we got that like seasons ago and not like randomly in season 6. Like Echo has been a character since season 2, so I
like
feel like
getting her backstory in season 6 is a little like
randomly. Like I don't know. I mean, like I kind of like understood where they were going. Like it was an interesting her telling Riker that and then killing Riker, kind of like killing her truth. Like I wonder like who knows that about her, like who knows that her real name is Ash. Like does everybody know that? Like does Bellamy know that? Like
probably not.
So I did find that kind of interesting, and then I like that she like the scene of her killing Riker I thought was also really cool. So I mean it was a cool idea. I just feel like that backstory should have been earlier in the show,
and it was just kind of thrown in. It looked a little random.
Yeah, I mean having Echo though be a Nightblood that opens up a whole new thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's something that wasn't done just for nothing.
No.
So that's something that I don't know. I was saying maybe like if Maddie eventually like
can't be the
commander and the flame somehow gets taken out or whatever, like maybe Raven will do something because she had like mentioned that she could. Maybe like Echo
could be the commander,
like take over because she has more experience.
I mean, honestly, that would be better. Like, I wouldn't mind it if Echo became the commander because I feel like Echo knows more about it, and I just feel like she'd be better because Maddie's a child. Like, I just want Maddie to be a kid, and it's just such a shame that they did this storyline with Maddie because I don't know, she's so young, and now she's gonna have this darkness, and I just, every time she has those scenes with what is it, like Shadehead, like the commander in there, that dark commander, I just feel like it's so creepy, and it's just,
I'm curious on how that's gonna like tie in the next like couple episodes, like that has to carry over, and like I don't know.
Oh, I also really like the scene with Miller and Gaia. I thought they had a really,
that was interesting. I kind of wish we got more scenes with that.
Yeah, me too.
I really thought those were great scenes.
I mean, you guys know we like love Miller, so I really like that. I like that we had a moment of him also struggling about the Octavia stuff, like, and Gaia as well. Like, these are two people who they had 6 years together, and I like that they had a scene with like like a moment to talk about things. And I like that Miller had like that plan and he was able to get in there and get Echo out. Like I really like that. We are excited for the next episode. Like I just can't wait to see how this season is gonna wrap up. I still predicting that we're going into the anomaly, especially because we talked about it a little bit in this episode and explained it to Bellamy and Clark. I still feel like Bellamy and Clark are going in that anomaly, but who knows, because now we're going back to Sanctum, so who knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Let us know what you guys think is gonna happen down in the comments below, and we will be going live eventually at some point with Ellen reactions and Simple reactions, so you can also keep up with our Twitter and our other social media down below.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Bye!